Welcome to the Application Delivery How-To video series. My name is Juan, and today we're going to be covering the topic of how to set up enterprise-grade load balancing in Google Cloud. So let's take a quick look at the configuration of this solution. Now we have the NSX-ALP controller at the center of everything, and we're going to be experiencing, interfacing with the controller the same way we do with any other public cloud. Now we're going to be leveraging these two services, Compute Engine and Virtual Private Cloud, in order to do the server configuration and deploy the service engines that will allow us to consume workloads running on GCP. Now we do support instance groups as well, right? So we can keep up with changes that happen on those instance groups and modify the pool members accordingly. For the purpose of the video, we'll concentrate on in-band configuration, right? We do support 1-arm and 2-arm configurations for GCP, and they're very well explained on the following KPs located at the bottom of the slide. So you're more than welcome to review those. For the demo, we have pre-configured VPC inside a GCP project, and that VPC has two subnets: one for management, we're going to be creating the controller and the service engines, and another subnet where we have a couple of servers that we'll be using to configure these load balancing services. So let's just jump into the configuration here. This is what we have inside GCP. We have the controller and we have a couple of servers configured. Now let's go to the controller. The cloud has already been configured, but let's take a look at the different parameters that we need to provide in order to configure the cloud connector for GCP. Now we have to provide a name and a type. It's going to be using an IPAM provider, so it's going to be consuming IPs from a predefined range of IPs in order to allocate those virtual IPs. We have also a DNS provider of type AVI for the entire cloud. And these are some of the specifics of GCP. We have a service engine project ID, and we also have the credentials. These credentials are provided in the form of a JSON file, and that JSON file can be obtained from the GCP console, where you export the configuration and you allow the NSX-ALP controller to interact with the Google APIs. Now, in the location section, we have the configuration for the network. So we have provided the service engine region, the different availability zones where we can place those service engines, the project ID, and the VPC where those service engines are, and the subnet where we're going to create them. And then we also have this firewall rule configured so we can allow external traffic to flow through the service engines. Again, the cloud is ready. The status is green. So we can go right and jump into the creation of the virtual service. So let's select the cloud. It's GCP Cloud. And then let's call this virtual service 1. And we want to allocate assign a floating IP for that and for external access. Then we're going to select from that IPAM profile that we have configured. This is the network on that IPAM profile. We're going to select this subnet, and we have defined a static range for IPs to utilize as VIPs. Again, the DNS profile is providing us the demo.com. We have port 80, and we want to have also port 443 with SSL. And we want to use an HTTP profile. That's fine, but I want to use the secure system. So this comes with the redirection pre-configured. Let's just create a pool. So let's just go here, create a pool. My servers are listening on 8080. And I want to also add an active health monitor of type TCP. And let's go to next, and then configure the servers. I already have those servers running, and just gonna add a couple of IPs, then add the servers. Next, I'm gonna go with all the defaults, save, and then for the virtual service, we don't have to configure anything else. Save. Now what's gonna happen now, it's the controller will find the the proper virtual service to place that. We can see now that the pool has been configured and the health monitors are succeeding, so the pool members are up. And then if we come here, we can see that it already got an IP from that private range that we have defined on the IPAM profile, and it also got the external IP. So the only thing that we have to do right now is just wait for that placement to complete so we can access the service, and we'll be using the external IP for that. Okay, looks like the virtual service is up. Then best way to test this is just by opening a new tab, taking that public IP there, and okay, so this is a sample application that we have configured on those servers, and then you can see that I used just port 80, and then it was redirected to HTTP. And then we can see on the logs, let's bring the non-significant logs, and we can see already traffic going through AVI. So we get all the power from the analytics engine in this cloud, as we do in any other integration. Well, that concludes the demo. Thanks for watching, and please check out other exciting videos in our application delivery how-to series.